Variables are like containers that store and manage data. Think of them as label boxes where you can put different kind of values. Now, this is how variables work in Godot Orchestrator Visual Scripting. And the first thing we can do is to be able to create a variable. To do that, we need to create an orchestrator script, or also called O script. Now I already have the orchestrator add-on installed in this project. If you want to learn how it is done, you can check out my video. The link will be in the description. Now I'll right click here and I can be able to attach a script. Now I can be able to go to where I want to save it. So I want to save my script and I have my visual script as the name of the script I'm going to be using. Now I'm going to open it. Make sure that here is Orchestrator and not GD script. So we're going to work with Orchestrator. So I'm going to just click on create. Once I've created this, I'll go ahead to create my variable. Now to create a variable, you come to here, we'll have a variable here, and then you have to click on variables. And I'm going to create the first variable called name. By default, the variables are of any type, so you can be able to just leave them that way. But if you want to have specific kind of values, such as arrays, integers, and strings, you can be able to get them from here. Now let me make this to be a string, and I can assign a value to it. So let's say the name is Steven. Now you can actually choose to describe the scope of your variable. So you can either be private for this particular script, or you can make it to be exported so that other scenes can be able to see it. But most importantly, you can also make it to be global. That will be treated in a different video. Here you can be able to put some description of whatever you want to describe about the variable to give an insight to any other person who wants to use it. I will create a second variable and I'm going to call this my age. For this, I'll make it to be an integer and I will make it to be 20. Now I'm not going to export the age, so you see the difference. So if you click here, you'll be able to see that when you go to the orchestrator, you'll be able to see that it will have your name shown here. And you can be able to see it. But for your age, you can't see it. But if you go back now and go and turn on your age, let's select that and export it. Now when you come back here, you can see that your name and your age appears here. And that's basically how you do that. Now let's go ahead to print this name and age on our screen. So in this scene, I already have a node, 2D, a color red, and some label that I'm going to use to display some text. Now I go into my script. I'm going to be using a physics process to be able to display this. So I will click here, and the first function I'm going to use is called the physics process. So once I get a physics process, I can be able to get this. Now, if you click and drag over to this place, you can either get the value that it is, or you can set a value. So I want to use the value, so I will just get the value of my age, and I also get the value of my name. Now I want to use this first one, the first label. So I will click on it. Now I'll go to my orchestrator and I can be able to drag this from the inspector here. I can drag properties from the inspector. So when I drag it, I can put it here and I will set the text. I can easily put this here and then hook this to my text. Right now, it means that the first label is going to be displaying my age. Let's go for the next one. So I can click here, go back to my orchestrator, and you see in the label here, in the inspector here, you have your text, and I can be able to also set the text. And I will set it to whatever the name is. Now, if you play the game, you actually see that it displays both the age and the name. And that is how you can be able to use variables to do different things. There are other things you can do with it, but for now, we're going to just stay at this particular simple variable. And that is how we can be able to use variables in Godot Visual Scripting. If you like my video and you want more of this, make sure you subscribe, like the video, and share it, because more will be coming on this series. See you in the next video.